shot. Alright, max pass, lowest gear equals skids. Yeah, got it. Hey, what's going on people? It's Eric from eBiking Now, and here we have the Uhvo Compact. So this was just released this year, and I was fortunate enough to get it and test it out for a while. So its intended use is for mobile commuting, whether that's to the shop or just to work, and I can see why, because the bike is really tiny. So it would be really useful to riders that want to carry it around or stow it somewhere. So without further ado, let's review it.
The Uhvo Compact is as small as an electric bike as you could possibly get. The miniature frame is foldable and you can reduce it down to the size of a large suitcase. It's finished off with a glossy white paint with a simple Uhvo logo on both sides. This is a very minimalistic bike. It's literally a battery on wheels that you can sit on. Spec-wise, Uhvo has equipped the bike with Pro Max V-brakes, alongside a Shimano 3-speed Nexus drivetrain. These are basically simple equipment to carry out simple tasks, so no overkill here. This is the same thing that goes for the street legal motor, just a 250 watt hub motor supplied by Akuma. Sorry to those people that wanted a pocket rocket. Imagine a 1000 watt hub on this though, it would make you fly like ET. Anyway, jokes aside, the Uhvo has fitted the motor to the front of those 16-inch wheels. These wheels are wrapped in Kenda tires, which I think are hybrid type tires. They're not exactly road rubber, but not mountain bike either. This may prove to be a good thing. Now, we've all seen foldable bikes before, but this Uhvo has done something a little bit different. Instead of the usual pivot point in the middle of the main tube, which is secured by a locking mechanism, the Compact folds from an extension of the main tube with the seat post as the lock. This leaves the main tube in one piece and intact. It's an approach I've never seen before, and I think it's quite interesting. The benefits from this, I assume, will be a stronger frame, as the conventional design will possess a weak point in the pivot. However, this is generally compensated for a stronger joint, which may be bulky, and I believe some people may not find that appealing to the eye and sometimes makes the bike heavier. The battery you can find fits into the frame. So another difference with the common approach with inbuilt battery is that the Compact's battery is part of the frame. It essentially sits on top of the main tube, whereas most other designs slide into the main tube. The 36 volt battery is fitted with Samsung cells and is rated to 5.2 amp hour. So it is of high quality, however a little bit on the small side. Now there's no word if this is upgradable or not, so you riders might have to find that out yourselves. It's quoted to provide an average range of 30 km on medium pedal assistance, which may be enough for some consumers. Ideally, this is meant to be used for short commuting where walking takes too long and not really to replace your main mode of transport. Since I haven't showed you guys a brake test yet, let's begin with the brakes to start off my riding experience. As you'd expect, they work, so nothing to worry about, and they had minimal bed-in time and are consistent. Something I forgot to mention is that the rear uses a drum brake. I assume the reason for the difference in the brake setup between the front and the rear is due to the design of the frame, where they probably struggled to find a fitting mount for the V-brakes. This doesn't impair the performance at all. Now, using the bike was simple enough. They've incorporated an easy-to-use interface as you'd expect with most e-bikes nowadays. And the information you get out of it is the usual: the battery, pass level, which there are 5 of, the distance traveled, and odometer. This may be important to some riders so they can work out the shortest route to make most of their 5.2 amp hour that they have. If you are riding in the city and to work and such, there's something that you may lack. The charging time on this Compact is quoted to be around 2.5 to 3 hours. This will allow you to travel 30 km to your destination, charge up in minimal time, and ride another 30 km. I can see this appealing to many riders, as some people I know do this to get to work and back. Okay, so now onto the best thing about the bike, and it has to be the internal gears. The Shimano Nexus hub is so easy to use. It doesn't require you to pedal to change gears like the typical cassette and derailleur. Because of this, environments like cities where stopping and starting is frequent in your route will be much less of a hassle. The gears are quite high, however complemented by the motor at startup. This allows a broad range of power output from the bike. In saying that, with only 3 gears, riders will lose a bit of top end. From my rides, the bike did cruise at 25 km per hour. However, I would have liked a little bit more, something like a Shimano Nexus 7. That's just my personal opinion though, as the areas where I rode were quite open space and allowed higher speed rides. Riding in the city or such might prove additional gears from the Nexus 7 pretty much useless. As usual, I test foldable bikes on their folding mechanism and design. With the Compact being different to most designs, it required a different approach, however still remained simple. Firstly, the seat post needs to be removed, followed by the unclipping of the seat tube as shown here. This allows the Uhvo to fold about this pivot point. And from here you can fold the handlebars and pedals and get this compact end product. I can see where they got the name from. Now this allows the e-bike to fit in your car or be stored away in compact places like your caravan, for example. I will say though that folding this bike was not as easy as other designs. It could be due to the pivot joint lacking some grease, however I did find it was a little bit sticky to rotate, whereas bikes like the Fat E Mini or OP are folded a lot easier. A feature that would have made this bike stand out from the rest of the crowd is a handle to hold the bike and the clipping mechanism to contain the bike's handlebars and rear end.
Alright, so on the topic of weight, this Uhvo Compact is pretty lightweight. It just sits at 16 kilograms, so that's a lot less than what the general electric bikes sit at, which is in the 25 kilogram weight class. And for comparison, just normal mountain bikes, full-size mountain bikes sit at 15 kilograms, 13 to 15. So I can hold this with one arm pretty easily. If it had handles, I could probably hold it around like a suitcase and just carry it around to on the train or whatever in work. So yeah, it's pretty good.
So Uhvo has provided a compact and lightweight street legal e-bike that riders looking for portability will find interest in. Whether you want to use it to get you to the shops or from the car park to college, the Uhvo Compact will find itself in your commuting routine without any major issues. It's comfortable with a plush saddle and convenient to use thanks to the LCD meter and Shimano Nexus. The only downfalls are the smaller battery capacity and lack of mounting points for a bike rack. However, these are compromises that need to be made for the ultimate portable e-bike. Thanks for watching guys, and for the full review and specs hop on our website ebikingnow.com. Also like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel to stay updated. Peace out e-bikers, and remember to turn on, hop on and ride on.
Yeah, what a shot.